Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Patriot's webinar session on identity today. Today's session is going to be on identity. I just want to cover some basic things. Specifically, I'm going to cover jumping in just to MFA, because that is a key part. And I think one of the big things that you guys can do from an identity perspective to help protect your users, and your admins. So I'm going to kind of start off the session with just some basic MFA. And no matter what licensing that you're at, we'll kind of move into more of the advanced stuff based on your licensing. And I also want to talk about some of the new additions, new features from Microsoft around MFA. So system preferred MFA, Authenticator Lite, things like that, so that you guys have an understanding of what that is, and also some key dates. There's some key dates where some of these new functionalities, just like the Microsoft Authenticator app, is now the number matching is now the default. There's some other things that Microsoft is going to be enabling within everyone's tenant. So I want everyone to be aware of that as well. Towards the end, I want to jump into the other piece of identity. It's going to be in identity governance. That does require the advanced licensing set. So it does require an Azure AD P2 license and or E5 or equivalent, license for identity governance. And when we talk about identity governance, we're talking about things around PIM, which I think a lot of you guys are familiar with, so privileged identity management and that just-in-time access. So, securing your identity for your privileged roles. So that's what I want to kind of jump in towards the end there. And just other components of identity governance, including entitlement management, giving access to users, and also reviewing access. Once you've given access, let's review on a periodic basis, should this person still have access, to these different resources, within your tenant there. So you guys, for you all on the phone call that maybe not have a P2 license, feel free, to get some time back to yourselves, and or if you want to just listen in to see what we're going to talk about, that's fine as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this here. And also just a quick housekeeping notes. I don't have a very heavy slide deck on this. My intent today is to navigate you guys through the portal, help you guys understand where to get to these different portals in order to make some of these changes. Because there are some portals that are going to be retired. So I'm talking about the per user MFA, self-service password reset portal, which now is going to be consolidated into the authentication methods portal. So definitely want to show you guys where that's at. I want to show you guys using the intra portal, because that's also new as well. The classic Azure Active Directory portal is still around, so you can still navigate and get to these areas that way. But I do want to show you guys the newer method that, going forward, so you guys are getting used to that, being able to navigate through the intra portal. Just to be, just a quick intro to myself, Pablo Gallegos. I've been with Patriot. I'm a cybersecurity architect. I've been here for almost about a year. I probably worked with a few of you guys. If you guys are Patriot clients, where I'm presenting, doing the quarterly assessments with you guys and presenting you guys with that executive overview, that we do, every 3 months, within your tenant there. I've been doing security specific to Azure, specifically to the M365 side of the house for about the past 4 years. Previous to that, general Azure security for the past 6. Part of that, just a lot of kind of your traditional, corporate world. Do have a lot of exposure around different SIMs out there that I've worked with, your Splunks, logarithms, using on around security, within people's environments. If you have basic, security, basic hygiene, you could protect, 98% of attacks, targeting, those areas, within a tenant. So, and what we're going to focus on is identity protection themselves, MFA. Now, the last that I saw on that is that with just basic MFA enabled, you can prevent up to 99% of those password sprays, those brute force attacks against your users, and more importantly, around your admins. Those people with those privileged roles within your tenant here. That's really what I wanted to show you. So kind of just starting, some basic security here. For people that don't have any license, say you're using Azure AD free. Now I'm just going to bring them over my test tenant here. You could still be able to utilize what's called security defaults. This is just a quick switch, the easy button to turn this on that will require MFA using the Microsoft Authenticator app for all users and admins of a tenant. So you don't need a actual M365 E3, E5, P1, P2. You could get this pretty much just out of the box, for that type of enforcement.